Good morning, student. Today we are going to start our next chapter, that is chapter 2, polynomial of our NCERT class 10 book. Now, what is this polynomial? This topic we already studied in our previous class, that is class 9, as a polynomial in one variable. So today also we are going to study the polynomial and one more term that is related to polynomial, the zero of a polynomial. Now, what is zero of a polynomial? This zero of a polynomial depends on the degree of the polynomial. Now, what is this degree? Zero of a polynomial depends on the degree of the polynomial. Now, what is this degree? This degree is highest power on variables. That is x, y, z, p, t, s, q, a, any alphabets between A to Z is called the variable. Now, the highest power on the variable is called the degree, and the degree is directly related to the zero of a polynomial. It means for a linear polynomial, the degree linear polynomial degree is 1. So the number of zeros is also 1. Let's take px is equal to ax plus b. Here the highest power on the variable is 1. So the degree of this polynomial is 1 and the number of zeros is also 1. Now, how we will find the value of the zero of this polynomial? So, for this we studied in our previous class, class 9, that for this we put px is equal to 0. So, if px is 0, then this ax plus b is equal to 0, and or ax is equal to minus b, or x is equal to minus b by a. So, the value of the zero for a linear polynomial ax plus b is x is equal to minus b by a. If we see in another way, the value of this x is minus the constant term b upon coefficient of x. So x is equal to constant term upon coefficient of x. Similarly, in another way, the degree of a quadratic polynomial is 2 and the number of zeros in a quadratic polynomial is also 2. So how we will find the value of the zeros of a quadratic polynomial? Again, this we studied in our class 8 by middle term splitting. We split the middle term and then we will find the two values of x. Both will satisfy the value of the polynomial. Means if we equate the value at those values of the polynomial, the value will be 0. This is also the definition of the zero of a polynomial. So today degree of quadratic polynomial is 2. Degree of cubic polynomial is 3, and so on. So today in this lecture we are going to study the geometrical meaning of the zero of a polynomial. What is the geometrical significance of how we will find the values of zero or the number of zeros of any polynomial using geometrical plotting. Geometrical plotting means for the given polynomial we will find the different values of x and y by drawing a table, and then we will plot those values, and then we will find the value of 0 and also the number of zeros of the polynomial. Let's take an example. So now we are going to study the topic geometrical meaning of the zeros of the polynomial. Geometrical meaning of the zeros of polynomial. So let's take px is equal to 2x plus 3, or y is equal to 2x plus 3. If we plot the different values, we will see that only at one value this y is equal to 0, and only at one value x is equal to 0. So let's plot. So x, y. If we put x is equal to 1, y will give 5. If we put x is equal to minus, now how we will find the value of x at which? So we'll just simply put y is equal to 0. If y is equal to 0, then x is equal to minus 3 upon 2. So at one value of y, x, y is 0, and similarly put x is equal to 0, then we will get y is equal to 3. So only one value of x also satisfy y is equal to 0, and one value of y satisfy x is equal to 0. So if we plot this point on our graph paper, so at y is equal to 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. At y is equal to 3, x is 0. So this is the point. And at x is equal to minus 3 by 2, so 1, 2. Somewhere here it is minus and y is 0. So the plot, while plotting, we will see this will go something like this. This will go something like this. Now, geometrical meaning of zeros of a polynomial. For this, we will see that this graph intersects how many times the x-axis. This will give us the number of zeros of the given polynomial. Here, this graph intersects x only at one point. So, the number of zeros is 1 and value is minus 3 by 2. Similarly, if we see any quadratic polynomial y is equal to x square plus 2x minus 3. Let's take an example. X square minus plus 2x minus 3. If we find the value just take any random value of x 0 minus 3. Now we will find the two values of x because the degree is 2 at which the value of this polynomial will be 0. So if we solve this x is equal to, this will give you x square plus 3x minus x minus 3 or x plus 3 minus 1 x plus 3. So x plus 3 and x minus 1. So at x is equal to plus 3, sorry, x is equal to minus 3, this the value of the polynomial will be 0. And at x is equal to 1 also the value of the polynomial is 0. So here we can clearly see that it's a quadratic polynomial and the two values of x giving y 0. It means this graph intersect x-axis at 2 points and the number of zeros here is 2. Number of zeros is R2 and value of zeros are x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to 1. So in the first exercise of this chapter, only we will see these type of questions where a graph is given and you need to tell the number of zeros of that particular polynomial. So thank you for today. Tomorrow we will continue this chapter, that is polynomial, and the relation between the coefficient and the zeros of the polynomial. Thank you for today.